Good morning, bonjour, buenas noches. Welcome to Life's Questions and Lessons. I am your host, Charity Youngblood, and I am so excited and grateful that you are here with me today. This podcast is unedited because life is unedited. As always, we'll get started with a question and whatever activity you engage in to explore your thoughts, emotions, and beliefs, please feel free to do. So today's first question is, why am I really doing this? Why am I really doing this? So I am recording this episode so sore and so physically tired, and I just had to bring this question to the podcast. So I train weightlift with a personal trainer on this app called Flexit, which is highly recommended. So if you're not already familiar with it, go check it out. But my personal trainer is amazing. And today, as I was doing shoulder presses, I think she had me doing shoulder presses for 90 seconds. And at some point during one of the reps, I begin to say, Savannah, this is where I begin to resent you. And this is the sign of a really good trainer. And I was just, I always struggle. Weightlifting is never easy. I don't know why people say it gets easier. That's a lie. It does not get easier. But it was just, today was just a struggle. And this morning my body was tired, and I'm me. So I always challenge myself. I always go one extra rep. I always try. Whether or not I really complete it or not is not really the point. It's that I always try. And in the workout, I felt like I needed to dig deep because it was really hard for me to get through everything. And I told myself, why are you putting yourself through this, right? Why do you care about visible muscle definition? I don't care about it right now. And I really had to stop and think about and tell Savannah the story again about why weightlifting is so important and the way that I'm going about it this time. I'm really trying to think of weightlifting as the sacred self-care, part of my self-care. And it really, the reason and my why, the reason that I do put myself through all of that struggle and strife is because weightlifting really parallels the human experience in my mind and for me. So when I really feel like physically I cannot lift another set, go through another inch, anything that I think that I can't do, and then I do it and I surprise myself and I'm very proud of what my body can do. During the day, if I have to do something difficult mentally, emotionally, whether that's have a difficult conversation or, doubt myself as, I'm applying for something that I've never applied before, and the fears and all of these things that kind of come up, that is where it becomes easier because I have that kind of history and that proof of, well, you may think you can't have this difficult conversation, but did you forget that you thought you couldn't lift 10 pounds and now you're lifting 40? And so that's how it really came up for me. And I really challenge you to take some time and explore this for yourself. If you are taking a class that is really challenging and you're asking yourself, what is the point? Why am I putting myself through this? Really try to dig into your why, the 7 layers of why, or the 20 layers, doesn't really matter how many it is, but to really dig into why you're doing it. And sometimes we focus on the surface level, like my surface level reason for lifting weights is the aesthetics, which is the visible muscle definition. But really my 7th layer of why is what I was just expressing. It gives me the strength. Weightlifting gives me the strength to accomplish anything. There is nothing that I can't do. Even if I think I can't do it, it's like, well, but remember you thought you couldn't do that in weightlifting. So clearly you can do all kinds of things that you didn't think you could do. So really challenge you to take some time with this and explore this question for yourself with curiosity, not judgment. As always, thank you so much for listening. Please rate and review this podcast wherever you are listening to my words. If this episode was helpful for you, please share it. We are here on this planet to help each other. So if this was helpful for you, please share it with someone else. And until next time, take care.